It's going, and I'm going to screen share. So you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. I do have a question, though. When I screen share, I just recorded something else, and I screen shared, and my face was over the entire PowerPoint the entire time.
Okay.
So is there a way to take me out of there?
So on the top of all the faces, there should be like little boxes.
Yep.
And right there, you can change your boxes. Can I?
To make it a thumbnail?
Yeah.
Perfect. That way you're not watching me. Okay. So do you see my screen for vital behaviors?
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
All right. And I'm going to make it like that. Is that better?
Yes.
Yes. Perfect.
Okay. I'm crossing my fingers. I do this right this time. All right. So yes, I am getting pretty good at this PowerPoint thing. Thanks.
Practice makes perfect.
I know. I'm happy. But I will say that I had to make it kind of quickly. So there are parts that need to probably have a little more detail in them. So take some notes and add a little flavor to this to your team when you give it to your team. Or when I post it in WTF, maybe comment below on a couple of the ideas that we talk about or the notes that you made. Okay, cool? All right. Here we go. So the 4 vital behaviors, instead of invite, I've already changed it. I've decided to attract, connect, and invite because to me and to the people that I see that we got to attract the people first before we can ever connect to them, and then you can invite. If you try to just think of invite, especially as a brand new coach like Mama Keisha, it might be kind of confusing to invite what, and what are you inviting to, and how do you invite? So I kind of broke it down to attract them first, connect second, and then invite third. So when you attract, you want to take the time to put valuable information out for others to enjoy or use. So a lot of that has to do with your social media, the posts that you have there, maybe some free classes if you teach. I know Keisha just started teaching PIO. How did that go, girl? She there?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was mute. It went really good, and I was nervous for nothing. It went really good. I was excited. So
good. So, and you know, I was just on a mastermind call like this, but you know, with some higher level coaches, and I asked, anybody certified? And not one person was certified. So that is something that is, you know, kind of a side note here. But if you're not certified or you're not teaching fitness, doesn't mean you have to, but it is a good thing to kind of get in your back pocket just to have it and know a little bit more information. So going back on here though, free groups, that's like the 5-day free groups that Heather and Shelby started, and also Keisha and Alyssa have going on too. And then meeting people and just having genuine conversations. That's the attraction of it. It doesn't have to talk about Beachbody whatsoever. You just have to talk a little bit, all right? This takes time, patience, and consistency. Those are my 2 biggest words, patience and consistency, because if you're not consistent in your social media posts or you're not consistent in reaching out and, you know, talking to people, then you're not going to have any, I guess, invitations later on. And your business won't prosper. So you have to attract them first. Keep personal opinions like politics out of the attraction. I just threw that in there because what I noticed, especially now, right now is a very busy time for politics or anything that is very opinionated. And the reason I say that is you'll lose many of your followers by doing that. Just because not everybody thinks the same way, we want them to know that you have valuable things to offer them. It just doesn't have to be your opinion on something like politics or that kind of thing. So if you see that on your team and they're posting, you know, just kind of private message them, let them know that that's probably not the best way to attract people that they want to get either on their team or in a challenge group. All right. So connect. After you've attracted them, you've given these great posts, people are watching you. It could be something as simple as, you know, you with your kids, or you doing a workout, or, you know, showing your food for the evening, whatever it is, you're attracting people. Once you do that, you want to start to connect with them. And that means you've got to reach out and respond to people that like your posts and that comment on your post. It's a lot easier to respond to the people that comment, of course, because you can just reply. But the ones that like it, if they continue liking your post, they're shy. They don't want to put themselves out there. So reach out to them, private message them, connect with them, say, hey, I noticed that you like my post. Do you cook, these type of meals also? Or, are your kids on the same softball team as mine? Or, whatever, just so that you have that same connection with your post that you've been doing. Ask open-ended questions, and also think about asking questions of the who, what, when, where, why, and how. And when you ask, listen. That's the hardest part, I think, for most of us, because we're moving so fast nowadays that we'll ask the questions because we know we need to ask questions, but we don't stop and listen. It's kind of like when you first meet somebody and you reach out and you say, hi, my name is Missy, and you handshake them, and they said something, but you don't know what they said, and you missed out on their name. And for the next 3 months, you say, hey, girl. That happens. I know it happens to all of you. It happens to me too. So stop, ask questions, get to know them more, and listen carefully, because what you're going to be doing later on is adding value to their lives according to what they need. And what they need goes together with the answers to the questions you just asked. Be a powerful resource for others. I just did a networking PowerPoint and call. And it was funny because when I saw that I put it on there, but I really thought that it could go into here too, because you are a resource, whether it is you know stuff about Beachbody, or you know stuff about fitness, or you like to cook, or you have gotten great results yourself, or you have a book that you like to read and it's really cool. Whatever it is, you sew, whatever it is, you're a powerful resource for other people. So as you ask those questions to them and you start figuring out who they are, and you're listening and you're being helpful, then you can always give them ideas and things that are, like I said, a resource for them. Tell stories. I love to tell stories, but my suggestion is that you have 2 or 3 in your back pocket. Okay? And what I mean by that is when you're telling a story, it could be your story. How did you become a Beachbody coach? Or, how did you become an instructor? Or, why did you decide to go this direction? Or, how did you start getting in shape? Whatever it might be. And I keep talking about the fitness and the health realm of it because we're Beachbody coaches. But it can be any kind of story. Tell stories. Connect with them that way. And I think what'll be funny is that when they're telling you a story, you turn around and tell a story back, and the connection goes both ways. And I will tell you, more likely, you will get coaches and challengers on your team and coming with you, not because you offer some great tools, because Beachbody has the best tools out there, but because you connected with them, because they truly felt this bond with you and they trusted you over the neighbor who's their Beachbody coach too. You know what I mean? So connect with them. Discover the value in everyone. I look at it this way. I met this girl in a gym. She came up to me, she started talking to me, and she was just talking about fitness. She wasn't a Beachbody coach. She's not even into Beachbody, but we just finished a class, and you could just tell she wanted to talk to somebody. So I listened. And then I gave her my phone number, and I gave her my Facebook, and I got her Facebook. Then I reached out to her, and I connected with her that way. At first, I thought, why did I do that? Because she pretty much private messaged me constantly. It was kind of like, whoops, let me get back onto it. Sorry. I just felt like, oh my gosh, I can't deal with this. But then I had to find the value in what she had to offer. And the thing is, she was super friendly, super nice, just really wanted to get healthy, get fit, and be connected with people. And so I kept doing that, and now she's one of our challengers. So you just never, ever know the people that you're talking to, so discover the value in everybody that you talk to. Okay, and then the third one is invite. So after you've attracted them, whether social media or in person, you've connected with them, you've talked to them, you've asked questions, you've gotten answers, you've told stories. Now it's time to start inviting them to what you do. If you don't ask, someone else will. And that happened to me when I was very first a coach. I would attract people and connect with them and talk to them and even start bringing up Beachbody and everything it has to offer and challenge groups. But that's where I stopped. I had the hardest time saying, hey, do you want to do it with me? Or, hey, would you like to do what I do for a living? It's awesome. And because I stopped, there were several times that the next time I reached out to follow up, at least I did follow up with them to see how they're doing. They had already started their coaching journey or their challenge journey, and they did it with somebody else because I didn't invite them. So if you don't ask, someone else will. So make sure you ask. People follow those with confidence in their actions. I will tell you, it doesn't matter if you're an extrovert, an introvert. If you're one of those that you go to a party, you stand in the corner and you want to be by yourself, of course, that's an introvert, but you have to find that inner confidence, or what we call find your inner warrior, right? Warrior Train Fitness. And if you find that inner warrior and you start the conversation, and you've already talked to these people, you've already been attracted and connect with them, you can start that conversation. They want to know what to do. They want to be guided. And if you have the confidence in what you say and what you do, they will follow you. Okay? Give value to the invite that matches their needs and desires. So after you've connected with them and you know a lot about them, don't just give them the typical, off of a template or a script on the invite. Honestly, invite them to do a challenge group or the coaching opportunity so that it adds to the value of their lives, not to yours. We all want Success Club, and we all are stressing out at the very end of the month when we don't have it. But guess what? These people are people, and they're not points. And as long as you think of them as people, you will get your points. So give them the value they need for the invite so that they match, the two things match up. Money is always the first question that people will ask, but it's always my last answer. And what I mean by that is they'll go, okay, so what does this entail and how much does it cost? I mean, how many of y'all have heard that before? Really? So I will say, well, it entails a little time from you, a little patience, a little consistency, and some goals. So what are your goals? I'll stop and they'll answer with goals. And what I've done is just like you do a little kid. They want that candy. They want that candy. We'll show them something else that's silver and shiny, and they'll go that direction until they realize, oh yeah, we forgot about the candy. And they'll go back to the candy. But by that time, that shiny thing that you showed them, they kind of like that too. So I'm showing them everything I can about a challenge group or about the coaching opportunity. I will tell you, after 3 or 4 connections with them on Facebook or email or text, I pick up the phone. I cannot stand trying to do it all on Facebook message because they got to hear me. They got to talk to me. I got to talk to them. I got to ask a couple extra questions. And then I go into, yeah, it's on sale. It's the lowest price it possibly can be. And you're going to get, and then I tell them everything they get with the challenge pack. And then I tell them how much it costs. By that time, the cost seems so minimal because there's so much value that I've added to what they're going to get. And I said, pick up the phone. I know some of y'all go to like a coffee shop or you talk after class. I do the same thing. I'm a big talker and I've had to learn to reel that in. And that's difficult for me. But that's why after 3 or 4 times that we connect, I know a lot about that person that when I get on the phone, I can just add the value quickly, efficiently. If I sit down with them and meet them at the coffee shop, a lot of times they'll become coaches because they see the value in not going just to be a challenger, but going right into being a coach. Okay, and I'm going to do this one too. So the product of the product. I will tell you right now, I have not been the product of the product, and I'm kicking myself in the butt, but I'm about to be right now. And I tell you that because that's real, and that's the kind of stuff you can post out there. We are not perfect. Nobody wants a perfect person. The ones who want a perfect person are very difficult to deal with. I'm just telling you that. So don't try to be perfect before you get out there and do your challenge groups or really start doing things as coaches, because we'll never be perfect. We always have something to work for. All right. So product to the product, the program, the format. Are you doing a format or hybrid of them every day? Okay. I can't see you, but I want you to think about that. Is that a yes or a no? Do you take before, after pictures and measurements? And not just once in a blue moon, but do you take them on a consecutive basis? I mean, do you see the progress? Do you see how it falls off? Do you bring it back on? Do you post or talk about your workouts? If you're not working out, then of course you're not. So do you talk or post about them? You got to work out. Have you been in a challenge group? If you're a brand new coach and you came into the coaching opportunity but never having a challenge pack, never been in a challenge group, then you should be in a challenge group right now. And you should be working on yourself at the same time that you're working on learning this business. And I mean from start to finish. I've heard that from a lot of top coaches, that if you kind of just dabble in this and dabble in that, then you're really not using the formats the way they were meant to be used, the way they were produced. I did say hybrid, and I think after you've done a format all the way through, like I did T25 all the way through. Right after that, I waited a couple of weeks, and then I did the ultimate reset. And then right after that, I waited a couple of weeks, and then I started on I think it was the 21-day fix. But you need to do things from start to finish. Yes, there might be things that come up in your life that get in the way, but don't stop completely. Keep going, okay? Now, if you answered no to any or all of these, then you are not doing vital behavior number 2, being the product of the product. Is that to make you feel bad? No, it's to get your butt going, right? We need to get you going. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Oops, how do I do that? Okay. And then the other part of the product is Shakeology, your meal replacement. You drink it every day, not when you feel like it. When I became a coach and I was a discount coach. Just enjoyed my discount, liked my Shakeology. But I will tell you that I did it sporadically. I did it like 3 days in a row, then not for 2 days, and then maybe 4 days, and then for not 3 days. And so I truly was not able to see the true benefits of what it could do for me, my body, and the push that it helped me with working out. But once I decided Monday through Sunday I was going to drink that stuff, and that stuff became my best friend, then when I go on vacation and I have my blender, but I forgot a couple of times, that's why I'm eating like a pig, because my cravings are back. My digestion is terrible. My energy level is low. So it's almost like I had to get off of it to know the things that I'm missing that were there in Shakeology. So drink it every single day. Try out the flavors and give honest feedback to others. I will tell you that when I'm talking to somebody and they're asking about the flavors and stuff, I'll tell them chocolate vegan is my favorite. It is the bomb. I mix it with water, ice, a banana, and that's it. And I blend it. Don't mix it. But then if they ask me other ones, I'll tell them, like, I've tried it with this, I tried it with that. Greenberry is not my favorite. I say it's an acquired taste is how I put it, and let them make the decision on that. But tell them the truth, because if you tell them the truth and you're honest with them, they're more likely to jump into it anyway, because you're honest and you're not selling them a bunch of bull. Why is it so good for you? My suggestion with Shakeology is learn 3 to 4 ingredients in there for yourself and to be able to share. You don't need to know every single thing in Shakeology. I mean, gosh, that's why they have people that produce the stuff, and then in the scientists that do it all. But if you know 3 to 4 ingredients that are kind of oddball, like maca. Maca is for strength, that's kind of interesting, because I'm like, ooh, that means that you could get stronger at the same time that you are drinking a shake that is a meal replacement. That's awesome. So yeah, learn 3 to 4 ingredients and just know that stuff, so that you don't sound like a billboard, but that you have extra information when they're asking for the extra information. Okay. So Keisha, do you want to take over for personal development?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
when you leave,
Oh,
your
yeah.
screen goes away. So you want to go ahead and get it out of screen share?
Yes, and you're going to take it, but I'm also recording, aren't I? I'm good right now. I have to be done in the 40-minute flat one. So
Oh, take care of it. You got it. You got it.
you want me to keep going?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, up to you. Okay. All right, so personal development. This is where I kind of didn't give a lot of details. So my suggestion is if you have a lot of books, podcasts, whatever it is, when I post this in WTF, then post below in the comments some of your suggested personal developments, please. Because, I have my favorites, and those are the ones I always list, but I always want to hear what other people are doing because it is personal. So why do we do it? We work our muscles, so why wouldn't we work our minds too? Think about it. I mean, we do. We go and work out, and we want a six-pack and abs, and we want to have biceps. But if we're not sitting there really developing our mind and how our mind should work with our bodies, then we're not doing ourselves justice. It helps you to understand you better and understand others as well. I will tell you, for the past 3 years, I've been doing personal development every day. I don't think I've missed a day. I mean, I've missed a day in Shakeology, darn it, but I haven't missed a day in personal development because I have a podcast or a book on audio or a CD in the car, whatever it is. I got something going at all times. So instead of listening to the radio, even though I love music, I listen to personal development. I listen to it when I brush my teeth, when I'm taking a shower. It sounds almost like, wow, that's a lot of stuff. But what I do is I listen to it and I grab bits and pieces. I take notes when I can. But I feel like it has opened my mind up to, like I said, knowing me a lot better and being able to understand people a lot better too. Some options are books, webinars, events like Summit, Super Saturday, John Maxwell's certifications. I mean, there's so many different things. Podcasts, audio. I'm listening to the 10X rule right now. I just finished it, matter of fact. He's very blunt. If it's something that you want to listen to, I got Audible, so I got the first month free. And so I downloaded a couple of them for free. And then I think it's pretty cheap after that. I have the School of Greatness on my Audible. My podcast, I have the School of Greatness. I have Chalene Johnson's. I have Eric Warr's, what's it called? It's sort of like Network Pro. So there's a lot of different things out there. What you need to do is find out, what are you missing? And I did post in WTF, a list of 12 different things that if you don't figure that one of those fits you, that might be what you're missing in your personal development. Invest in you, and others will recognize that. I will tell you, Alyssa has invested a lot of money and a lot of time in herself. And I personally, and I know everybody else who's been around her can see that vividly. People follow confidence, intelligence, and genuine helpfulness. So if you're not investing in you, then you can't improve anybody else. So make sure that is on your to-do list every single day. And number 4, recognize. This is the newest one to the 4 vital behaviors. People want to be patted on the back for things they've accomplished or things they've tried. And we try to do that. It gets a little overwhelming. I'll just tell you, being very honest, that we got a lot of coaches on our team, which is awesome. But because of that, I'm not able to follow everybody's Facebook page every single day. I'm not able to see all the great accomplishments that they're doing. So it really is up to my personally sponsored coaches to recognize their coaches and tag me, and I can tag Melissa, who is our upline. It's just things that we want to recognize people more often for what they're doing. Whether it's business and coaching high fives, meaning did they hit Success Club, their volume, did they hit another rank, are they going to Summit, just all kinds of things that we can recognize them for that have to do with business and the coaching side. Are they doing a challenge group? Are they doing a free challenge? I mean, these are kind of nerve-wracking things to have to start. And when you start it, you should be recognized and given a high five. High fives for fitness and health. I mean, think of it as like I just mentioned with Keisha, going to teach her first PIO class. I know she was stressing out. I was talking to her while I was at the hotel and giving her some ideas on how to teach it. And she's right. She's stressed out for no reason, and she had a great time. And of course, she needs a big high five for that. You get certified in something, high five to you. If you lost some weight and you're doing a program and you started from start to finish, high five to you. And then high fives for life in general. You know, if you ran a 5K, and that was your very first 5K, we should acknowledge that. So it does get kind of crazy to acknowledge everything, but I'd rather over-acknowledge and recognize than underdo it. So keep that in mind as coaches and as you build your team. No recognition is too small, okay? Social media posts in recognition, we can do, I post in WTF a lot more than anything else, but it's not bad to post on somebody else's social media wall. You know, if somebody hits a different rank, I post on my wall and I tag them and post on their wall, and I post in WTF because that's hard to do, and you should be recognized for it. Handwritten notes, small gifts, phone calls, you know, going to coffee with them, whatever it might be. These are other ways to recognize. It doesn't always have to be, you know, on your face on the cover of social media. Get creative and have fun doing it, and share your ideas for how you recognize. I love hearing how people recognize other people for their accomplishments. So with that, some great attraction posts. So this is Miss Adrienne, and I just went to her social media. I thought this was so cute. She is very good about taking pictures of her family, of her, and then writing on them. People follow you for you. They don't follow you for the Google, you know, post. So make sure you take a lot of pictures of you and put stuff out there. And it's cute because she's talking about, it's extremely happy face. Who else likes sometimes having a buddy? I have to tell you, her husband's a coach too, and he is being such a good sport about the whole thing. Nice job, Adrienne. You're welcome. Shelby has the cutest post, and she's always smiling from ear to ear. Whoops, darn it. It's so touchy. Okay. And she always has her kids in there, but I like this one because, you know, she's talking about some things and explaining things about herself, but really showing her family and how she has to modify her workout. So once again, we're not perfect. We got to show that we're not perfect, and people will attract to that. Here's Adrienne again. Again, she just took a picture of her own stuff, her shoes, her clothes. I like how her shoes are like almost blinging out there, but and then writing on it. So find the apps that you like and write on your pictures. Take a little time, pre-write it if you have to, if you're one of those that has to be very organized. And like she says, not fly from the seat of your pants. But I love this because it says you're worth more than your excuses. She has a very good way of making you feel really good about yourself and what you're doing. Here's Heather and her husband. And I just like it because it's not Beachbody. All she said was hiking. Getting outdoors, showing family, and hiking together forever. It was very simple, but it gets the point across. She also uses hashtags, so I'm not quite sure. And we look at it, it was from Instagram. So she's using 2 social medias and getting it done in one fell swoop. You can't always use it, but with something like this, you can. So that was good. Keisha, I'm liking your new coach, by the way. So this is Tiffany, and she put herself out there, and I thought this is amazing. Number one, to put yourself out there. She gave the okay, but the transformation is amazing already. So what it is here is not grabbing somebody from Beachbody's website, but grabbing somebody she seriously knows, somebody who's on our team, somebody who has gotten results and is ready to move forward. And so this was an excellent post. There's my Keisha again. I just wanted to throw this one out there because she's like, 5 minutes of insanity, max 30, grab your water, gym shoes, let's rock, done. So she does videos, and so that's pretty cool because this was just me giving a snapshot of the video, but video of her doing workouts with other people. So it doesn't always have to be pictures. It can be videos. I kind of stuck to 3 places. Sorry if I don't have you in there. Heather had another one. This one was more about her free day challenge. So this was more of an invitation post. If you're not sure how to invite, this was very good, very simple to the point. And I like how it just says embrace the journey, but she's talking about coaching, learn what it is, what the date was. And then she also says she has a free 5-day support group, focus on arms. She didn't say anything about, message me or anything else. She's just giving information. I would probably have added to that where I'd say something like, know that I'm here for you. Let me know what I can do to help you, something of that sort, so they know that she's the one in charge and it's not just an event that she knows about. This was mine, and it was kind of long because my posts are very long, but this one talks about my cravings for the past month, all my travel, how it sucks, how I've not been the product of the product, and I'm telling them flat out. And here's the deal. So what you don't see as far as this picture is a video of a groundhog on a bar, like trying as hard as he can to get to that donut. And that is how I've felt this past month, because I have just eaten pancakes and just not done myself justice. And I'm not very proud of myself. And so I am ready to start another challenge group. And so this is me at the very beginning saying, message me with your goals. You don't have goals, then you'll remain the same. And if you want to change for the better, then let me know and I'll let you know the details. See if this is the right fit for you. But really, my posts are a little bit long, but you just never know. So Alyssa, I didn't know you were going to be on here. Otherwise, I would have thrown one on there for you, girl. And same for Mama Keisha. So, but long story short, let's see. I think we got through the entire thing.
And we still have 3 minutes.
All right. So, can I put y'all back on here? Stop sharing. Boom. There we go. So, guys, do you have any questions with that? No? Okay. What was that?
I said, y'all can unmute yourselves.
You can unmute yourself, yes. So the main focus on this one, because like we said, Keisha did say, this is the 4 vital behaviors. We start with this. So the newest coach on our team right now that I can see so far is Mark. You're on here.
What's up, Mark?
Whoop, whoop.
We'll figure it out.
Nice. So yeah, Mama Keisha and Mark are our newest coaches. And so learning the 4 vital behaviors, honestly, that's the foundation. And if you can see how I explained it, go back and listen to it and really watch, take some notes and put it into your own words. I think you'll be amazed at how talking to people is not selling anything. It is sharing completely, okay? The rest of you on here have coaches. Shelby, congratulations on becoming an Emerald. High five, girl.
Thanks. Yeah, really exciting.
Congratulations.
I have one who's maybe gonna sign this month. So
see, and that's how you have to become an Emerald again and again. So yeah. Perfect. So we have less than a minute, and I don't want us to get cut off without saying goodbye. So we put you on. See you all. I'm going to take a screenshot of us. So smile. Nice, Mark. And please go back and listen to this. Share it with your team. Share it with your wife, Mark. Share it with your husbands. They all, yes, I know she's in there watching, isn't she? And do your 4 vital behaviors. Be the product of the product. Do your personal development. Recognize your coaches and other people out there. And attract, connect, and invite. Love you guys.
Love you. Have a good trip.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 How do I get out?